Hay looked like a 21st-century royal romance, the charismatic political heir who skied, black diamond shoots for fun, and the vivacious TV reporter whose laughter seemed to light every room. From the moment Justin Trudeau and Sophie brushed shoulders again at a Montreal charity gala in Arlington, Canadians felt they were witnessing fate in real time. Friends whispered that the evening felt ripped from a screenplay. Sophie later told her mother, "I think I just met the man I'm going to marry." By October 2004, they were engaged on the shores of Montreal, and on May 28, 2005, they sealed their vows in a basilica, perfumed with lilacs, while curious tourists snapped photos of Canada's newest it couple. Reporters noted that Sophie, once a classmate of Justin's late brother Michel, wore orchids in her hair and laughed through the drizzle that dampened her train. Behind the lace and headlines, the marriage launched into a blur of campaign buses, baby bottles, and endless well-wish. Xavier arrived in 2007, Elagrast in 2009, and Hadrian in 2014. Sophie left her e-talk red carpet beat, pivoting toward philanthropy and mental health advocacy after disclosing her teenage battle with bulimia. Yoga and meditation, she told one interviewer, were medicine for a frantic soul. Justin, meanwhile, swapped teaching for politics, winning a Liberal seat in Papineau and trudging through snow-banked town halls to shake hands until his knuckles chapped. When he became Liberal leader in 2013, Sophie joked that their house now contained 4 kids, the 3 little ones and 1 very big one running for prime minister. The quip masked a deeper toll: campaign dinners that ended after midnight, security teams shadowing school pickups, and the knowledge that every argument might become front-page fodder. The spotlight burned hotter in 2015 when Justin swept to a majority government. They moved into Rideau Cottage, whose cozy clapboard walls soon brimmed with photo ops, the prime minister jogging loops while Sophie, fresh from quarantine after catching COVID-19 in London, waved from the porch. Yet even then, subtle fissures appeared. Sophie confessed in a Glossy Mog interview that the schedule left her breathless, admitting she sometimes craved anonymity more than applause. By 2020, the pressures grew staggering. A pandemic, convoy protests, foreign interference hearings, and the tragedy shadow that still haunted Justin from the 1998 avalanche that killed his brother. Late-night aides noticed the couple passing each other like satellites. She headed to a podcast studio, he to a caucus call, while the children sprawled with homework in a kitchen corner. One staffer recalled Sophie often arriving at events alone, explaining with a practiced smile that duty calls. In 2023, Instagram became a cipher for private pain. On Canada Day, Sophie urged followers to be kind. Life is tough, and skeptics heard a veiled plea for empathy. Weeks later, she highlighted poet David Whyte's riff on bold, frightening change, captioning it "Listening to My Inner Voice." The real thunderclap struck on August 2, 2023. A white text and blue slide posted simultaneously on their feeds, announcing that, after 18 years, many meaningful and difficult conversations had ended the marriage. Shock rippled across talk radio lines. Commentators replayed footage from days earlier, showing Justin's wedding band gleaming under Parliament Hill lights. Sophie's Father's Day praise suddenly felt like foreshadowing, not affection. With silence came speculation. Melanie Joly's name surfaced frequently, and accomplished foreign affairs minister, who, critics noted, survived a July 2024 cabinet purge unscathed while veteran MPs were shown the door. Ottawa insiders whispered about late-night policy huddles, long overseas trips, and chemistry you could photograph. Both parties denied impropriety, but headlines multiplied faster than rebuttals. Sophie faced her own rumor mill when she and Idris Elba both tested positive for COVID-19 after that now infamous London gala. Nothing was proven, yet hashtags trended anyway, each one carving another notch into the public's faith. As narratives spiraled, Sophie's messaging sharpened. At a 2024 leadership summit, she challenged women to demand a maximum of nourishment, presence, and help align pundits dissected as a surgical strike on political absenteeism. During March 2025's sold-out Soulful Divorcee Forum in Toronto, she intoned, "When you truly love, you're their body, soul, time," earning a standing ovation and a 1,000 gossip column takes about who had not been there for her. Then came January 6, 2025. Morning frost glittered over Rideau Cottage as cameras rolled. Justin, voice faltering, announced he would resign once Liberals picked a successor. He cited long dinners with the kids and fresh energy for Canada, yet observers tallied plunging polls and caucus mutiny as quieter motives. Across the country, Sophie shoosed down Whistler slopes with Xavier and Elegris. Instead of a statement, she posted a mental health quote and a stark slide. Toxic relationships inflame your nervous system, healthy ones heal it. Hours later, she added, anger issues are actually vulnerability issues until a person is willing to feel raw. Comment sections ignited. Was she accusing the outgoing PM of buried rage? No reply came, only another snowboard selfie at dusk. A month later, she sat opposite Katie Couric, voice trembling as she confessed the split hurts deeply. Lamenting a culture that labels marriage success and divorce failure, she described carving new rituals, sunrise meditation, unscheduled road trips with the kids, evenings where nobody had to refresh polling numbers. In a quieter segment, not widely clipped, she admitted, I still believe in forever, but forever changes shape. Meanwhile, a political science professor floated a theory. Sophie had issued an ultimatum: don't run in the next election, or lose the marriage. Trudeau's resignation, he suggested, was the cost of refusing that demand. 2 years earlier, true or not, the idea reframed everything. Perhaps a nation's power calculus had pivoted on the ache of two exhausted partners. Away from microphones, life marched on. Xavier's varsity rugby finals drew both parents, stationing them 50 feet apart in bleachers while Ella Grace filmed reels of the game. Friends spotted Justin jogging near Kitsilano Beach, earbuds in, beard flecked with gray. Sophie read excerpts from her wellness memoir in New York, joking that she was finally free to mispronounce schedule the American way. Rumors of reconciliation flared when paparazzi captured them exchanging gifts outside a Montreal bistro, then fizzled after sources clarified it was Hadrian's birthday handoff. The children, insiders say, remain the North Star that keeps logistical texts flowing even when hearts stay guarded. In private, Justin has told allies the silence after resignation felt both lonely and luxurious, granting him hours to mentor his daughter's debate team. Sophie has hinted at launching a children's book in 2026, aiming to teach emotional nutrition to kids who scroll more than they speak. Yet neither has addressed what everyone wonders aloud. Could the space carved out by separation eventually become room to rebuild? Close friends are split. Some predict a cautious reunion once political static fades. Others insist the fracture is final, mutually respectful, and best for their individual growth. What remains undeniable is the cautionary arc etched into their public love story. How relentless ambition can nourish a dream yet starve intimacy. How social media curation fractures under real-life gravity, and how even charismatic leaders cannot legislate their own happiness. Every breadcrumb and Instagram caption, a pointed conference quip, a tear-glossed resignation speech reveals only a sliver of the mosaic. The rest belongs to dinner table memories we will never hear, 2 arguments whispered in back corridors of airports, 2 apologies murmured while children slept between hotel twin beds on the campaign trail. And so Canada watches, half hopeful, half wary, while the former Prime Minister redreams his identity and the unofficial First Lady steps fully into her own. The fairy tale sheen has vanished, replaced by something messier and far more human. A saga where love and power share equal billing, where endings are provisional, and where the most dramatic chapter may yet be the quiet one unfolding offstage. Sometimes the greatest revelations aren't shouted through microphones or leaked in cabinet memos, they're found in the pause between 2 people who once vowed forever and now must decide what forever means.